All right, welcome to another episode of the Phin Outta Football Podcast. I am your host with the most, B Herbo. I got my brother from another Rod Man in the building,
Yes,
and we are here
sir.
to recap Week 5 of the NFL slate. Now, first things first. First order of business. You got to make sure you like. You got to make sure you subscribe to the channel. Our channel is a little different. You feel me? We talk about Dolphins, we talk about the NFL, but this is not PFF, this is not ESPN, right? This is for fans, by the fans, directly to the fans, bro. Think of a bunch of dudes talking shit at the barbershop, man. That's what we doing, bro. But we just talking about football
Basically.
as we do it.
Basically. Yeah.
You
That's
feel me?
pretty much
Like,
what we do.
if you want deep, hardcore analysis, listen, we can take it there, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to make you laugh. We're here to make you vibe, and we're here to have great conversation, man. So, first order of business is out the way. Rod, man, how was your Week 5, sir?
I mean, dude, my week 5 ended up being pretty good, man. The Dolphins proved that they are not the worst team in the league, which is always a nice feeling. So it's a nice feeling, They proved they're not the worst team in the league. But let me be honest with you, Herbie. Since the season has started, I think this week was the best week of football. Like I'm talking starting from Thursday night football, and even maybe tonight we might get us a pretty good game. But I think a good half of the games were pretty damn good. This is definitely the best week of football so far this year.
So, let me ask you a question. Do you think that, well, clearly, based off of the past 2 weeks, because if you really want to take it there, you can go back the Week 4 as well. Do you think this whole defense thing was kind of overblown? Because I have a theory that we'll get to, but I want to hear what you had to say first.
I won't necessarily say that it was overblown, but at the end of the day, Herbie, the beauty of the NFL and the way the league works is that the offensive minds and the defensive minds kind of exchange hands in terms of who gets the best of who, right? And the whole cover 2 thing that was going on, that's actually been going on for a couple years now. But obviously, Herbie, with all the talent that these teams have, with all the time that these offensive coordinators and these coaches that they spend on creating, scheming up things, getting guys open, you know what I'm saying, finding ways to challenge coverages. So it was only a matter of time until we were going to start seeing offenses get back to doing what they do. The talent, especially on offense, is too great.
See, yeah, and that's one of the things that I was gonna bring up, and this is the theory that I have. So the theory that I have is that because we don't play preseason anymore, these first 4 weeks, 3 weeks are the preseason, right? And
Facts.
the we normally the offenses start out strong and then the defenses catch up. For the past 2 years, the defenses started out strong, and now you see the offenses are starting to catch up, right? Like we're going to talk about this game. This is a little bit of foreshadowing, but Bengals and Ravens 41-38, like
Yeah.
like
No
41 to
defense.
38, no
None.
defense whatsoever. And I think what's happening is that these teams are figuring out how to attack this new wave of defense, which is the simulated pressure defense, right? So I've been watching a lot of videos. I've been watching a lot of breakdowns. So basically, what teams are doing right now, offensive-minded teams with good offensive strategies, are employing a hurry up. They're saying, you know what? You want to do simulated pressures? Bet. You don't. You want to try to confuse us, and you try to say, hey, this person might be coming, that person might be coming. Bet you're not going to get into the personnel. So you could try it, but you're going to try it with the same 11 dudes as much as possible. And it's hard to try to simulate or give different looks if the same personnel is on the field. You know what I'm saying? So that's why to me you have your basketball, you got whatever sport you want to bring. Nothing compares to the NFL because it is truly human chess. It is
Yeah, it's a chess
so
match.
fascinating. It's always a
Yeah,
chess
yeah,
match. It's always a
yeah.
chess match. Like it's truly fascinating. And you have all of these pieces that are being manipulated on the board. You have 5 dudes running a route to get one dude open, right? Like on every single play. And
Yep.
there's a counter to your counter to your counter. And listen, we talk about these guys, we call guys trash, we call guys bums and stuff like that. At the end of the day, these are the smartest minds in the world when it comes to football, bro. Like, no matter what you say about anybody who is a professional coach, there's levels to it, there's degrees, but at the baseline, they all know football. Every single
Hundred
one of them.
percent, 100%.
So I just find it to be super interesting, dog. So but let's go ahead and get on with the show, man. So I wanted to go ahead and preview the Monday night game. Shit, we normally do this on Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
I still got I still got Monday on my mind, man. So, um, Kansas City and the New Orleans Saints, man. The Kansas City Chiefs are a 5.5 point favorite. This opened at 7.5. Why? I don't know. Why is it 5.5? I don't know. What about this Chiefs team this season is giving anybody the confidence that they should be a 5.5 point favorite against anybody,
Facts.
especially a decent team like New Orleans Saints? I also don't know. But here we are, man. So what do you think is going to happen in the game tonight, sir?
Quick question: who's home? Kansas City.
Kansas City is home. They are the home team.
You know, this is an interesting matchup, Herbie, because the Saints so far have shown us two faces, right? And you're more inclined to believe what you've seen recently, right? Like they started the season with two back-to-back 40-point games. They've come a little bit down to earth, and but I think this team is going to be a really good challenge for the Chiefs defense, especially if I haven't heard anything about like Alvin Kamara not playing or anything like that. As far as I know, the Saints offense is pretty healthy, so the Chiefs defense is going to be tested in this game. You could say they've been tested. They played against the Ravens. They played against the Falcons, who we see when they go up against lackluster defenses. We've seen what these some of these offenses can really look like. But I think this is a pretty good matchup, man. I think the Saints. If you ask me, you said the line started at 7.5. That and then
The
now
line
it's at
started at
5.
7.5. It's at 5.5 now.
That means people are betting on on the Saints. People are kind of feeling at least that they could cover that at 7.5, and I think they can cover the 5.5. Herbie, you know what I mean? I expect that the Chiefs have yet to have a convincing victory this season. All of their games, hard fought, close games, and look, they're the reigning champions, two-time champions, right? So they're going to get a ton of credit. You know, they're basically the new dynasty. And they did the same thing with the Patriots, right? They just dick ride the Patriots until they lose, which is the easy thing to do. But I'm not quite sure I'm ready to say the Saints will win because the one thing I can say about the Chiefs is no matter what happens in the game, Mahomes just manages to have that one drive. Defense keeps the game close, and they do just enough to win. And I can see that, which is why I think the Saints can cover, but they probably won't win.
See, me, I'm with you. So, like, listen, I don't think the Chiefs have any business being a 5.5 point favorite, just based off of what we've seen this season up until this
So
point,
far,
these four
yeah.
games so far, right? However, they should be favored at every game. They deserve that respect. They've won 3 out of the last 4 championships, right? Like they deserve that
Facts.
respect. But but to me, and I'm looking at the injury report right now, when you have your number one wide receiver out on IR, why are y'all a 5 point favorite? Like, you have an offensive
Nah.
tackle out. You feel me? Why are y'all a 5 point favorite? So this is going to be an interesting game. I will say this, and this is something that is not getting talked about nearly enough, and I'm getting confused, bordering on the point of getting annoyed. Why it's not getting talked about at this point? Tom Brady gets criticism a lot of the times because a lot of people say that a lot of his defenses have carried him throughout his run, throughout the seven championships that he ultimately won, right? With 6 with the Patriots, 1 with the Bucks, obviously.
Right.
Nobody is saying that the Chiefs defense is carrying Patrick Mahomes when it kind of is, going back to last year.
Yeah, since last year, yeah. 100%. Pat has definitely not had the same flair that he did when he first marched onto the field. Like the fact that Steve Spagnuolo and all those guys on defense, you know what I'm saying, McDuffie, Chris Jones, all the talent that they have, the way they all work in conjunction together, like that unit has been the stronger unit. They've been better than the offense. It's just that, you know, Mahomes, to his credit, even when he's mid, he could just make enough plays to like he just makes enough plays to win, which is on some Brady shit. It's so annoying. It's so
It is
fucking
pretty
annoying, dog.
annoying. It's pretty annoying, man. Like It's
Just
like
he
it's
just
called
makes enough plays to win.
it's the lock in gene, bro. Like these motherfuckers just lock in, bro. Like that's really what it comes. What's the
It's
meme where it's
unbelievable.
like where the guys on the controller and he like sits up, bro? Like that's what they
Yeah,
do.
bro,
And
100.
that's beat. I'd rather you beat my ass, bro. Don't let me hang in there to the last minute and then you beat me, bro. Because that
Then
is
you
going
just
to
break
drive me
my fucking
crazy.
heart. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I was speaking to
man,
the
I can't
choir, bro.
believe
You
it.
had to deal with it for 20 years, dog. I know I'm bringing up PTSD, dog. My apologies, bro. Like,
Big
like
PTSD, dog.
I'm,
I'm
this
having
is
flashbacks right now. I'm having flashbacks of 6 touchdowns on the Dolphins, the '07 season, man. 1 in 15 year. I'm having flashbacks, Herbie.
Oh my god! All
Oh
right,
man.
so you want to go ahead and give a prediction before we move on to the Dolphins talk?
Yeah, if I had to predict this game, I'd probably go 27-24 Chiefs over Saints. Saints cover.
Uh, I'm gonna go. I'm thinking it's gonna be a little closer. I think it's gonna be a little closer. I think it's gonna be a little tighter. I'm gonna go 21-17 Saints. Man, they gotta lose at some point, bro. Like they can't keep they to quote Jesse Pinkman, bro. They can't keep getting away with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Saints in the upset, man, in Kansas City, bro. All right, man. Next topic, and let's go ahead and get big boy screen right here.
Yes,
It is
sir.
time, man. We are called Fin Out of Water. If this is your first time watching, the reason why we are called Fin Out of Water is because ultimately this is a Dolphins football podcast. This is a Dolphins and NFL football podcast, but we have an emphasis on the Dolphins, right? So we're going to talk Dolphins. That's exactly what we're going to do right now. Dolphins, Patriots, they had a battle of the gods of football.
You want to talk about the
For
toilet bowl, Herbie? Woo! Listen, Herbie. I watched a lot of ugly football games in my life, but damn, that was as ugly as a game as I've ever seen, dog. As
that
ugly as
was
a game.
pretty rough, man. That was pretty rough, man. Like that was one of the worst games I've ever seen, man. So the first time listeners or first time watchers of this podcast, we do a thing where if this is really awesome if you're a Dolphins fan, go ahead, definitely make sure you subscribe. But we break down the game and we do it in a specific way, a special way. We like to highlight the totality of the game, right? So we talk about what was good, which is what went right. We talk about the bad, which is what went wrong. And then we talk about the wackiness of football because there's always going to be some wacky bullshit, bro. And that's what the fuck. So that's what we hear right now. What went right, what went wrong, and what the fuck. So, Rod, go ahead and give an overview of how you felt about the game in general, and then we'll go ahead and get into that section of the game, sir. So, you as a Dolphins fan, take me through it. How was the viewing experience for that game? Because I know it had to be rough, man. Jesus Christ, dog.
I mean,
Oh,
Herbie, you know what? I'm at the point now where I'm kind of numb to it. I'm kind of numb to it, man. It was definitely quite a slobber knocker to watch. Details of the game. I can say that I was at least happy once my Miss Herbie. Like that kept me going in the because I'm not the only Dolphin fan. I'm the watches football that likes football, clamoring for this nigga to all stop doing all the shit, play football, and just show how fucking how they are. And it was a pleasure having Mostert back, because you could see that he has the vision a little bit more than A does. I've heard he gets a concussion, little guy. He took a nasty hit. I hope he's good. But just happy to see the Dolphins ball, not the tragedy fucking finesse style football that we normally play, and we're gonna need to because obviously Tyler Huntley, but a quarterback, he give him his props. He threw a pick, of course, but the shit that happens. At the end of the day, it didn't end up costing. But ultimately, Herbie, it was probably one of the more ugly football games I watched. It's the Patriots' offense in the first half. Like I think they had like 90 total yards of off in the first half. Like, and that's just you know what, Herbie? I'm probably just gonna start getting into it. Right. I kind of already started doing it anyway. If that's cool. Um, if I were to say what went right, Herbie, obviously I've been talking about it all season that the defense, despite what maybe stats might say, despite how some of the results of the games have looked, the defense has actually looked pretty good, Herbie, from the start of the season. Um, Obviously, the Patriots' offense is not the mightiest test. You know what I mean? Like the Patriots' offense is about as bad as it gets in the league right now. Like I can't really think of any notable players they really have outside of the running backs. Um, so they have a tough time moving the ball. But the defense held serve. Like they held it down until the very end of the game. That last drive almost gave me a heart attack because I feel like these niggas were going to come down and score and break our hearts. That didn't happen. They ran out of time. But the defense played well. Mike McDaniel, props to you, brother, man. You run the football. You know what I mean? Jalen Wright looked good. I was shocked the offensive line actually create just enough push for our running backs. And, Tyreek Hill involved. So the Dolphins close to what it's supposed to be was, and with the talent we have, that could be the case even with a backup quarterback.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and piggyback off of that, right? Like you mentioned the running game. You guys averaged 4.7 yards per rush. Like you actually stuck with the running game, and I don't know if that was Mike McDaniel saying, you know what, bro, like I got to take it out of Tyler Huntley hands, who still had 30 passing attempts for whatever reason, bro. I don't know why,
somehow,
bro.
somehow, somehow, Herbie. Why? Why are you literally throwing 3 times, Mike? What are we doing, bro?
But
Like,
with that, you guys had 372 total yards of offense, and you dominated the time of possession, right? Like that game, even though it was 15-10, it wasn't even as close, right? Like you had a missed field
right.
goal, and that
Oh, our
spoiled
special
the.
teams was terrible. I was gonna get to that. I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
was gonna get to
So
that.
there was a lot of things to take from it, but at the same time, how much can you take from it? The only thing that to me, the only thing that I learned from that game is you guys aren't the worst team in the NFL, bro. The Patriots are, bro. That's the only thing I learned from this game, bro. Like, that's it, bro. Like, so I don't. Well, hey, man, moral victories, I guess, bro. But so other than the defense and the running game, what else was some positives that you took from the game, Rob?
I would just, I'll, I would just say overall the play calling. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that goes on with the running game, but I was happy to see that Mike McDaniel just wasn't running a bunch of screens and just, he was letting Tyler Huntley kind of throw the ball downfield a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And that was helped by the fact that we were running the football. Um, I don't know, Herbie. It was a tough game to watch. I can't think of too many other
That
things
is
that
100%. It was a very tough game to watch. That was
it
brutal.
was.
Like all jokes aside, bro, they need to bar you guys from TV. You and the Patriots. And the fact that they had y'all playing each other, nigga, blackout. Fuck out of here, man.
Oh,
All right.
I have a funny red zone thought for you when we get to
Yeah, okay. All
it.
right, so what went wrong?
Yeah.
What went wrong? There's a lot that went wrong, bro. Let's go ahead and key on some of the things that went wrong for you, sir.
Well, the special teams, of course, was terrible. We missed a lot of points. I think we lost like 9 points off of just bad special teams play. Um, I mean, look, Herbie, the offense looked better than it has in the past couple of weeks. Like we looked like a serviceable NFL offense, but you would think with receivers like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle that they would be more involved. There'd be other easier ways to get them the ball. Tyler Huntley had an okay game, but obviously he missed some throws. He's definitely got to work on throwing the ball downfield. Um, the defense, for all the praise that I give the defense, for whatever reason, dog, at least a couple times a game, these niggas give up just a ridiculously big run. It's just like my nigga. It's like what are like Jordan Brooks, like David Long. What the hell y'all niggas doing, bro? Like linebackers. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have chance to dig into the film to see exactly what happened on those specific plays, but the linebacker play so far has been pretty far. Sucks that we lost Jalen Phillips last game too, and you could kind of see the pass rush isn't what it normally is. But at the end of the day, Herbie, the Dolphins right now, without their starting quarterback, as you can see, we are a bottom of the barrel football team. We were barely. I mean, it was tough watching us move the ball little by little, just chugging along. But that's how we got to win football games right now. Um, and the fact that a game against the Patriots, dog, that we look like they're equals, and that's not a good feeling when you. And I will say this: this is like nothing to do with the game. The AFC East is not going to be that good of a division this year, bro, because two can get back and still have a chance. Like we'll get to some of those games later, but
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
and ain't no Tom Brady in the AFC East no more, Herbie.
This
Ain't
is
no
this
Tom
is
Brady.
yeah, this is this is a horrific division, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. For so many different reasons. But it's the best kind of bad division, bro, because it's a train wreck, right? You have the train wreck that is the New York Jets. You have the implosion waiting to happen, which is the Buffalo Bills, and then you have the dogs, the Patriots and the Miami Dolphins, man. Ooh wee, ooh wee. It's a lot.
Woo! Oh
Ooh,
yeah,
stanky, bro. All right, man. So what do you have for what the fuck? What was your what the fucks from that game? Oh, matter of fact, you know what? Let me go ahead and get this in just to highlight some of the things that went wrong and to piggyback off of what you said in regards to the passing game, bro. Dude, two for 11 on third down. Like, come on, bro. Like that's
terrible,
rough. 5.3
terrible.
yards per attempt. That's rough. Two straight games without a touchdown pass. That's rough, dog. You feel me?
Yep.
And you got Tyler Huntley taking bad sacks and throwing interceptions. Like the fact that you guys won that game and basically won it going away, and I say that relatively based off of the two teams that were involved. 15-10 is like 35 to 3 for a good team versus the rest of the NFL, bro. Like you guys won going away in the worst possible way. But yeah, dogs, like yeah, you guys dominated, and yeah, you guys in a sense had a good game, but man, there's still a lot in the fact that, like you said, you have an opportunity to completely change everything with Tua. Now, some people would say Tua, the team didn't look great before Tua got hurt as well. Like you had a game that you beat the Jags that you shouldn't have won. Let's quite frankly, and
Herbie, this was the first time, right? We hadn't had a lead. Herbie, we haven't. We've barely been in the lead all season long.
no,
Dude, we've been terrible. Even with Tua, we haven't. They're right now. I believe that they were gonna look better with Tua eventually down the line. Like, listen,
mm,
some guys start. Sometimes niggas start slow. Sometimes niggas start. Actually, Herbie, I'm happy to start slow for a change because normally we start off hot and then we end up trailing off. Maybe this season might be a different story. Who knows? But
yeah, no, yeah, no. I'm sorry. I don't even mean to just completely burst that bubble, but let's be for real. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, man?
hey,
All
let
right.
me say that. Let me say that. Let me say this
Go
though. Let
ahead.
me say this though.
Go ahead.
I see the way the defense has been playing. The defense is better this year than it was last year.
Yep.
If the offense could just be 80% of what they were last year, we're already better, dog. That's all
Nah,
I'm
for
saying.
sure, for sure. All right, man. What the fuck? And why is it Jason Sanders? That has to be the only answer, right? Like,
100%.
like
Like Jason, this nigga had the yips or some shit. Like, bro, what's wrong with you, bro?
I
Like
can't like
Herbie. We couldn't even do Tony Sperano football the right way. No fist pumps, dog. No field goals, dog.
I
We couldn't even
don't
do
get
that,
it. I don't get it. Like this is going back to this is his whole career, but it's like
especially
what
last year though.
what is it about Mike McDaniels with his loyalty to certain people? I've seen kickers get cut for less, like much less. And this guy gets to continually miss kicks year after year after year after year. This is the NFL, man. 3 points means a lot. Like,
Big time.
3 points means a lot. Say you guys put like this, he misses the kick. You should have been up 15 to 18 to 10. Say by whatever, Jacoby Brissett just throws a Hail Mary for the end zone, bro. Now you lose in a game that y'all shouldn't have lost because he's
Right.
missing field goals. He's doinking shit. You're doinking shit?
The shit pathetic, man.
Like you're
The shit
doinking shit,
pathetic,
my
man.
nigga? What? You're doinking shit out
No.
here? And he misses in the most hilarious ways, bro. You're
Nah, it's
doinking
so
shit,
he's a
bro.
he's a kicker blooper reel all by himself.
by
Like,
himself.
dude,
It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. All right. Any last words before we go on and recap some of the NFL games from Sunday?
I guess I'm happy the bye week. I guess that's all I got, man. I get a break from this football team and it's lackluster football.
It's some
I
bad
mean,
football,
that's
man. Like this is
it's been rough, Herbie.
it's
Like,
rough because
listen,
we have to
man.
do a Dolphins podcast, but I don't know how many more. If Tyler Huntley and Skylar Thompson's out there, I don't know how much more I got in me, dog. Like for
And
real.
well, side after the bye week, we get. I think they play the Colts, and then Tua should be back the week after
Nigga,
that.
we
So
shouldn't be supporting this. Let that man like take an
I'm
extra
not
2 weeks
supporting
off,
Herbie.
bro. Like
Herbie. I'm not supporting it. That's what they're saying. That's what the team is saying. Like me,
Jesus,
I told
man.
you. I didn't change my stance. That nigga going to his family, dog.
Man,
But
that nigga brain about to be scrambled eggs, bro. Like for real, dog. Like,
bruh, he can't let it go, bruh. He has a
oh
toxic relationship
man,
with football, Herbie. He can't let
I
it go.
see that,
He can't
bro.
let.
Like I see that, man. Jesus Christ, man. All right, man. Let's go ahead and NFL recap. Week 5 recap, man. So some of the games that we're gonna go ahead and recap, man. Some of the games that we found the most interesting. So we are gonna go ahead and recap Bengals, Ravens, Bills, Texans, Jets, Vikings, and last but not least, Washington Commanders and the Washington Redskins, man. So let's start with the Jets and Vikings, bro, because that's the game I paid attention to. It was a 9 o'clock game. So I watched the whole game. So I have the most to say about that game, bro. And
Go for it, bro.
man, I'm not gonna lie
Your
to you,
boy's
dog.
hey, he's back.
I've been waiting for
He
it, dog.
he's
I'm so
back.
happy. I'm so
Sammy
happy.
boy, we
It
see
was bound
you.
to happen. It was bound to happen. I'm so excited. Get this fucking bum out of here, man. Like you can't. You can fool them. You can fool the NFL. You can fool all these motherfuckers out there. I'm pointing to you. I'm pointing to you, motherfuckers that believed in Sam Darnold. That said this Sam Darnold is different. Peekaboo, he's back. I'm so happy. I watched that man go 15 for 32, throw a pick, throw other bro. Just put it right there, man. Just put it right there. All right. I am so excited. I'm so happy, bro. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Because he sucks. And it's only a matter of time, dog. It's only a matter of time, Rod. It's only a matter of time. And it drives me crazy how they won that game because the refs bailed this fucking this this what's the word I'm looking for, dog? This hooligan. This
Hooligan. I don't know if
scoundrel.
that's the word.
I'm not. What's it like a fake, a cheap, whatever. I can't even think of the
A
name of it. But
phony. He's a
a
phony.
phony. He's a phony. A
A
big
big phony.
fat phony.
Oh,
Okay, so let's all jokes aside. Let's talk about this game, man. Wow, wow, wow. As much as I want to talk about, hold on, give me 1 second. Gotta get the timer right. As much as I want to talk about Sam Darnold being a phony and this, that, and the third. The real narrative of this game is Aaron Rodgers, man. That dude is cooked, man. Put a fork in him, dog.
done.
Like he's
Oh,
done.
Herbie, man, you don't know how good it made me feel to watch, bro. This nigga throws a pick six. First of all, I miss you, ass. I can't believe the Dolphins let this go. Like, you think we can use Van Ginkel right now, especially with Jalen Phillips out, with Bradley Chubb not back? I think we could use him.
Man,
I
you
think we can
guys in
use
your history of letting good players, players that you deem not
ridiculous.
good enough, be really good for other teams, bro. Like this is pretty rough. He has 2 pick sixes in 5 weeks right now, at the
Bro,
end spot.
he used to make plays like this for us, bro. But our front office, these the brain busters they are. Great decision. Let him go. Flores knows what to do with him though.
No, clearly,
But
clearly, clearly.
I got to tell you, man. Here's the problem that the Jets have too, Herbie. I don't think this coaching staff, like, they have this new toy that they have. He's not even really a new toy. He's like a used toy. but he's better than anything they've had in I don't know since Joe Namath. Like who's been the last great Jet quarterback? Like Ken O'Brien, I guess, is the last Jet quarterback that could sling the ball. That was in like the '80s and shit. But look, I guess Brett Favre in '08. But um, listen. First of all, I want to credit. If there's one unit of football I want to credit Herbie, it's the Vikings defense. Week after week after week, they have shown that they are not a team to be. I mean, like that defense continues to befuddle quarterback week after week. They think the Aaron Rodgers. This nigga threw 2 picks in the first quarter. Aaron, this ain't the Aaron Rodgers I grew up with. This ain't the Aaron Rodgers who threw 45 touchdowns and 6 picks. Like this Aaron Rodgers boy, he's out here throwing pick sixes and 3 picks in the game. Like it was, and the thing with the Jets, Herbie, it's like you have a running back in Brees Hall. Like you have, I forget the name of the other guy on their team, but he's pretty
Braylon
decent.
Edwards.
He's a
Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards, a spellback for Brees Hall. Run the damn ball. Like they keep putting the ball in Aaron Rodgers' hands. Like this nigga's a 40-year-old fucking quarterback. He's not gonna save you, man. He's not
Yeah, the
Brady.
thing is, Rob, we gotta be honest. It's not Aaron runs the show. Like Aaron has done Aaron has gone out of his way to throw his dick around. Robert Sala can't tell that man nothing.
Yeah,
Nathaniel Hackett's only there because of Aaron Rodgers. Who's going to
yeah.
tell
He's a
him this is the
puppet. Yeah,
difference? He owns the franchise. He owns everything. He has total control over it. They threw 54 times. Yes, they went down. They went down big. They went down double digits. You feel me? I think at one point it was 17-3, and I think it became
yeah.
20-3. You feel me? So okay, yeah, you got to throw the ball, right? But dude, he was off the whole game, and that game against the Patriots, right? He was making throws. He was sharp, but now you're just like, it's against the Patriots, duh. Like,
Right. That's
he,
Herbie. That's the only game where he looked like himself.
that's it.
That's the only game.
And
Yeah.
and again, we gotta understand, right? And what was this gonna be? He's 40 and he's coming off of an Achilles, or was it an Achilles, or was it
I think it was an
a
Achilles. I think it was an
okay?
Achilles. I think it was
You
Achilles. Yeah.
you're 40, you're coming off an Achilles. Like what did we think was gonna happen? Only Jets fans believed in this nonsense, bruh. Like Aaron
And some
Rodgers
and
is
some and some analysts who were like, "Oh, the
and
Jets will win the division."
some analysts, but I
Yeah.
just find it hilarious, bro. Only Aaron Rodgers could be. Only the Jets could end up with a completely gimped version of Aaron Rodgers, one of the five greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen, and they get the gimp version of it, dog. This dude
Yeah.
was off. He couldn't connect with Garrett Wilson despite the 12 receptions that Garrett Wilson had. He had 22 targets. Yeah, you're gonna get 12 out of 22 targets. He
Facts.
missed Aaron. He missed Garrett Wilson on a double move. That would have been a touchdown to actually take him off of the lead. He threw above whoever. I think it was Alan Lazard. He missed him by a mile on that second pick that he threw. And then the last pick to seal the game. Where were you throwing it, dog? The
Yeah.
pass was so bad that Stephen Gilmore had to fall to the ground to get it, bruh. And he wasn't the intended target.
That shit was. I love it. It was one of the funniest plays you'll ever see. Though it's like Aaron,
Like, I
like
have never seen a football play completely zip the fucking air out of the entire arena like that one. Like, you guys had the momentum, it was in your favor, you're driving, and then you just pop the fucking balloon like that, bro. Like, and mind you, that was after a pass interference. So you got an extra set of downs. You had an extra opportunity to really win the game with in good field position, bro. So
a game you really didn't deserve to win. By the way,
at all, at
a game
all.
you.
It's just we're at the point where we have to just acknowledge, bro. These football teams, no matter how good you are, these teams are cursed, dog. Aaron Rodgers can't fix the Jets, man. He can't fix the Jets, man. Nobody can, man. Nobody can, bro. All right, before we move on to the next team, next game, do you have anything that you wanted to add on to it?
Nah, man. I think you. I think you covered it beautifully, man.
All right, man. Next game, bro. Baltimore and Ravens against the Cincinnati Bengals. God, bro. Fuck this game, bro. Fuck this game for so many reasons.
Let me guess. Is this on your par? Is this on your parlay or nah? Nah, this ain't one.
Luckily,
Spoiler alert!
spoiler alert. Luckily, if this did fuck up my parlay, but there's one that's more egregious. There's one that's way more egregious, right? So, um, this game had over 900 yards of offense, right? And I listen, I'm a defensive guy. I love defensive football, but I love a good shootout. What I don't like in a good shootout is stupid football. There was a lot of stupid football in this game. You only get over a combined 900, almost 1,000 yards of total offense between two professional football teams when there's a lot of stupid football. How 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 the Ravens gave up a touchdown to Jamar Chase on a 60-yard bomb with 5 seconds left in regulation before halftime does not make any sense.
Ridiculous.
How?
Ridiculous.
How? How the Baltimore Ravens let Jamar Chase take a 5 yard out route, a 5 yard slant for 60 yards? How? How? How does nobody sack how does nobody sack Lamar Jackson and lets this man throw across his body for a touchdown, bro? Lamar Jackson has a good arm. He doesn't have a Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen arm. He shouldn't be throwing across his body to the like. No, that's supposed to be picked. Like, like what are we doing? Like this team, like this Bengals team, which now is 1-4, and they have lost 5 games that they played. They have lost these games by a combined total point of 15 points. They have lost 4 games by a combined total 15 points. That means they're learning and reinventing ways how to lose these games. Like,
Herbie, I gotta, and not to cut you off,
no, go
because
ahead,
you
go
cooking
ahead,
right
go
now.
for
You
it.
you cooking right now. But to your point, dog, and I know we're gonna touch on this game on all different levels, but dude, how the fuck Joe Burrow has 5 touchdowns, 392 yards. The Ravens, Lamar fumbles on a snap because he's trying to get a last second look at the defense. You recover the ball and you run it 3 straight times. Not one time. Not one time. Not on second or third down or first down. You throw it with your quarterback who's been hot. Yeah, he threw one pick towards the end of the game. But Herbie, bro, Joe Burrow was why you were still here. Along with obviously the receivers, T. Higgins and fucking Jamar Chase. Shout out to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins for just straight up making a mockery of the Ravens secondary. Just a mockery of those niggas. Like they made the Ravens secondary, which by the way, last week against the Bills looked incredible. Man, those niggas look pathetic. The way fucking Jamar Chase mossed the nigga, these niggas were doing whatever they wanted against those corners, almost like they were in their minds, dog. But that final sequence, bro, when you get a turnover and you have an opportunity to take control of the game, yeah, a field goal wins you the game. Throw the ball at least one time. Like what are you
They
doing, Zach Taylor?
deserve to lose that game. Them missing that field goal was poetic justice, dog. Like,
Yes, 100%.
you deserve
Percent.
to lose that game. Winners win games. Winners find ways to win games. Patrick Mahomes has won 70% of the games that he started. The Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes find ways to win games. Tom Brady found ways to win games. The Bengals are reinventing ways to lose games.
Hall of Fame style.
Hall of Fame style. You lost a game that you could not lose. There has only been one team going back to 1920 that has made the playoffs when they started the season 1-5. Your season's done. You niggas are in Cancun now, dog. Like, it's over. It's grits. Forget about it. Cut it out. Like, your season is stripped, bro.
You
Like,
know what, Herbie? You know what, Herbie? Normally, I would agree with you, and I know statistically it does not favor them. But if there's one team that can get out of this hole, it's these niggas, bro. I know, and look, I
how?
understand.
Like, they're in the AFC North. Where are they going to get enough wins? Yes, Yes, the Steelers just lost to the Cowboys, but the Ravens. I mean, how many games are the Ravens going to lose going forward? Right? Like at some point, you got to make these games up, dog. And none of these games, and to me, they haven't proven that they deserve any benefit of the doubt. Why? Why?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just the reality of the situation, bro. Like,
Well,
I
listen.
go ahead,
This
go ahead.
season, no, I would say. I mean, the way they've looked so far this season, especially on defense, right? Like with a defense like that, I mean, look, the Bengals offense is going to have to drop 30, 35 points a game anyway. And to ask your offense to do that game after game after game, they have the quarterback and the weapons to do it. The offensive line is better, but it's crazy how much they invested into their offense, how they added guys like Mike Gesicki, and they make him, and he looks better with the Bengals than he ever did with the Dolphins. Like, this is probably the best group of pass catchers Joe Burrow has had, probably the best offensive line he had, and these niggas are 1-4. Herbie, the only reason why I don't think they're done is because when you look at the AFC playoff picture, like who else? Like there's 7 playoff spots. They're not going to win a division, but right now you got the Steelers in the hunt, the Broncos. Like who else is going to take that place,
That
bro?
nasty,
The,
nasty
the
for the
AFC, the
Broncos.
AFC is top heavy, and then after that, like after the Chiefs, the Ravens, um, who Herbie?
Every
Like
team in the AFC is flawed. Like this
yeah,
is this is as mo this is the most this is the most parity that the league has had in a very long time. And
facts.
I love
There's
it.
no great team. There's no great
My
team this year.
my tickets don't love it. My decisions and my football making decisions don't love it. But me as a football fan loves it. Like this is real parity. Like the Cardinals beat the 49ers at a 7-point dog yesterday. Like and they and
What a
and they
ridiculous
could have
game.
they could have won going away. You feel me? Like they had a kick return that went against them. Like they were the better team and they were a 7-point dog. The Giants dominated a 7-point favorite yesterday. Like none of these teams are dominant. None of these teams are great. Anybody could beat anybody except for the Patriots, dog. Except for the Patriots,
Who the
man.
fucking Bengals lost to? Imagine.
Oh my God, you're right. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ, man. All right, man. Next game, bro. Houston Texans, Buffalo Bills, man. Oh God, dude. Like, I can't. This was a roller coaster only because why is it that when I bet on the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen turns into Josh and fucking Dennis the Menace, bro. Like the Menace comes out when I fucking bet on this guy, man. Take it away, bro. This is a game that is in your division, so I know that you probably watched it a little bit closer to me because I was flipping back and forth. So I was following it. I had them on my ticket. I had a financial interest to root for the Bills, but man, red zone was all over the place, which means that the Bills were not in the red zone enough for my liking, and they obviously lost 23-20, bro. So what do you take away from this game, Rod?
Well, it's funny that you started off talking about Josh Allen, Herbie. I got some stats for you, just to your point. First, before I get into the stats, I do want to give the Texans defense a lot of credit. When you watch them, dog, Herbie, those Bills receivers were just not getting open. Like Josh Allen was 9 of 30, and if you watch the film, you can see why he was 9 of 30. Like shout out to D'Amico Ryans, shout out to the players that they have in their team. They locked the fucking Bills down. They played man coverage on 35% of their snaps. Herbie, Josh Allen against man coverage against the Texans, he was 1 for 11 for 49 yards. Those 49 yards came on one play that was on cover zero. Josh Allen against cover one specifically, this nigga was 0 for 8. He couldn't complete a pass when these niggas were in single coverage. The Bills were 0 for 9 on 3rd and 7 plus. The fucking Texans put on a defensive masterclass. And to boot, on the other side of the ball, CJ Stroud arguably had his best game of the season. Yeah, the score was 23-20, so it wasn't a big score. But CJ had the pick, he had the fumble, but throughout the game, like some of the throws this nigga was making, Herbie, like CJ Stroud is who I hoped Tua was gonna be. I'll just be 100% honest. When you talk about a guy who's accurate, when you talk about a guy who throws with extreme anticipation, And with the natural talent that he has, the arm angles, his ability to throw outside the pocket, like CJ Stroud put on a show against what is usually a really formidable Bills defense. So I think the final score of the game doesn't do it justice, Herbie, because the Texans had some miscues on offense and they lost Tank Dell. I mean not Tank Dell, my fault. They lost Nico Collins, who Nico Collins like that ball that fucking CJ Stroud threw to him was perfect. Like Herbie, I'm so enthralled with CJ Stroud. I think I picked him to win MVP to start the season, and I feel better and better about that as the season goes on because he put on a show on offense with all the weapons that he has, which aren't great weapons. Like he makes them better, and in the defense, shout out to D'Amico Ryans, man. Like they made the Bills look bad, but if there's anything, Herbie, I want to talk about the Bills, despite everything, despite how bad they looked, had an opportunity to run the clock out and go to overtime. Herbie, Josh Allen is having one of the worst days of his life. Why would you elect from your own end zone? Why? Throw the ball 3 times. Like, my nigga. Like who? Like Sean McDermott. You're a better coach than that, bro. Like
Is
how?
he?
Like
Is he? Is he? Put
you,
like this,
you
dog. The reason why I said is he the last team, the last team, the last team that should have did what they did of all the teams. The team that lost in 13 seconds by a field goal in the fucking playoffs. You of all, you of all people should have like that should always be perpetually in the back of your mind that hey, there's enough time to lose a game. We need to get like we need to kill this clock as much as possible. How do you, the coach who lost in 13 seconds to a field goal, do what you did when you're fucking your your fucking star franchise quarterback who possibly had a concussion was 9
yeah,
for 27 at that point. And you said, "You know what? Let's go with 3 fuck it Keon Coleman's down there somewhere plays." Are you on crack? Are you high?
Herbie,
Sean McDermott, like, what are you doing? What? That is nonsensical. Like, that's bordering on malpractice. What do you mean? You, okay, fine. You decide. You decide to throw the ball. 3 straight fucking Keon Coleman's down there somewhere, nigga.
bruh,
What?
3 straight. Herbie, I would understand if it was even 2. Like I would understand, like Herbie, not you didn't try to kill the clock, not make them use one timeout. Like you didn't, it just didn't occur to you that they still had timeouts. Like it was just such a baffling way for a team to go out, and it was just like it was the throws too, and the audacity that Josh Allen was throwing that ball with.
Hey
Like, man, we
man,
gonna get
niggas
this,
the
we
minute
gonna
showed
convert
up,
this for.
man. Niggas
Oh
the minute
man,
showed up, man. Real when
that
the
it
menace is
was,
out, the menace is here to play, dog. Like, listen, Josh Allen is, in my opinion, it's hard to make the argument because Lamar Jackson has 2 MVPs. But in my opinion, Josh Allen is the second best quarterback because I think Josh Allen carries the load more. You can make the argument he carries the load more than Patrick Mahomes. Like, it's Josh Allen or bust. But the
yeah.
problem with Josh Allen, and this is the problem that's going to continue to bother him to the day that he is done playing football, that Green Goblin mash is in his fucking helmet saying, "Do it, do it, do it," and he can't get it out of him, bro. Like he can't. Like there's an interview with Tom Brady before Tom Brady had his podcast that he used to do, where Tom Brady was pleading with Josh, like Josh, dude. He's like, I know you have a strong arm. I know you could throw the fucking ball through a wall, but you don't always have to do it, bro. Like you don't always have to do it. And that
He's
man
right.
just says, "Do it, Josh. Throw that motherfucker, Josh. Throw that motherfucker." Like he can't
I'm
help
somewhat of a
himself.
scientist myself. That's what he's doing, man. His inner Norman Osborn, man. It's calling out to him. Oh Lord.
Oh, that
It's,
was gonna do good on social, but that's funny. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get the last game of the that we're doing on the recap, man. So Washington Commanders, Cleveland Browns, man. Yeah, yeah. I'm fucked as an NFC East fan, dude. I'm fucked.
bro.
This game, right? And if you look at the stats that Jaden Daniels had in this game, it's not that great. He was 15 for 27. He only had 230 passing yards. He only passed for one touchdown. But then you look at the totality of the stats and you look at the offensive stats, they had 432 total yards on offense. Like, it's just a tsunami. It's inevitable. It's inevitable what they're doing right now. Like, it's inevitable. When they put up 30 plus points on the Bengals, people were just like, yeah, that's great. He was incredible. He completed 90% of his passes, but it's the Bengals. And God, we know the Bengals defense is terrible. But coming into this game, people were saying this is going to be a challenge. This is the Browns. And for a moment, a brief moment, a subtle moment, slight moment, it looked like, okay, that step up in competition defensive wise, not team wise, but defense wise, was bothering him. And then he just said, you know what? I'm Jaden Daniels. I'm the best player on the field, dog. There was one play where he threw the ball and he just broke the contain. Like, he just beats you by just being better than you. And this is something that I want to. This is something that I noticed in the contrast between him and Caleb Williams, which is his counterpart as a rookie quarterback. And Caleb was really good against the Panthers, so this is no slight against Caleb. But I learned something watching these guys through 5 weeks. And this is where ultimately Jaden has the opportunity to possibly be a better quarterback than than Caleb Williams. Because what Jaden does that Caleb does not do yet, and I don't think he can, is Jaden is a functional runner, a functional scrambler. And what I mean by that is he gets to where he needs to go. It ain't
And
no,
that, and
I'm
yep,
not, you feel me? Ain't no juking and jiving. It is,
no
I see an
dancing, no
angle,
dancing.
I'm out of there. I see an
Yep.
angle, I'm out of there. And you can't do nothing with it. He had 82 yards rushing this game, dog. The
And he's a
team as a
pass
whole
first,
had
and he's a pass first quarterback too, Herbie. Let's not
and the
forget
team
that.
had 216 yards rushing on the Cleveland Browns. They averaged 6.7 yards per rush. Like, I'm not the biggest Cliff Clinsbury fan. I think he's overrated. I've seen nobody in the history of the NFL has failed up more than him. We're talking about a guy that couldn't win with Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes and Kyler Murray. Like, he's had two all pro talents. Rookie of the year for a quarterback, another one. He's had some of the best quarterback talent that anybody could have, and he failed with all of them. But that motherfucker knows how to design run plays. He did it his last year with the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
When the team was falling apart, he was still designing run plays with James Conner. And he brought that over to Washington. And it's effective, it's strong, and you can't do nothing with it, dog. Like,
You can't do anything.
Brian Robinson Jr. is a good player. He's not a nigga that's supposed to be averaging over 6 yards a pop, bro. Like, that's
That's the
scheme.
scheme. That's the
Like,
scheme. Yep, that's the scheme.
yeah, that's the
Oh,
scheme. So it's my biggest takeaway from it is I don't know, like, is this gonna be the Redskins or I'm calling them Redskins? Fuck the Commanders, whatever. Fuck that shit. I'm calling them the Redskins. Like, I'm calling them the Redskins. I'm not. I can't do this, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Just like the San Diego Chargers, I can't do this. But I don't. Do I see this gonna be for the next 10 years? No. People catch up. That's what happens, bro. Like, that's what happens. But right now, I don't know where this ends. I don't know when the wheels fall off. Like, I thought it was gonna be this game, and then they dominated this fucking Browns team. Right now, granted, Deshaun Watson had a lot to do with it because when your defense is just like, bro, we can't win with this nigga, dog. Like, Deshaun Watson beats the spirit out of any team he's playing for right now. He's beating the spirit out of the Cleveland Browns right now.
hey Herbie, you know what? I think it's about time we reach out to Deshaun Watson's loved ones. We reach out to his family, his friends, and we just this is like an episode of Scooby Doo. Like I'm just ready to take the mask off already, man, because the guy that we are seeing perform on the field, Herbie. We've watched a lot of sports in our lifetime. We're in our 30s. We've been watching since we was jits. Herbie, I've seen a lot of players fall off, drop off, Oftentimes, it's because they get hurt. You know what I mean? That's usually the case. Herbie, I ain't never seen somebody who was top five at his position at the height of his powers take a break. He had some drama happen, took a break, and the version of him that we got back, like Herbie, we are literally watching a haunted man ball every time he steps out onto the field. The moment that his image was crushed, that his perception as an upstanding, good guy, like the moment people found out he was a pervert, he has not been the same. And at first, people thought, oh, it's because he took a year off of football. Oh, it's because no, he needs time to learn the offense. Herbie, Kevin Stefanski is a two-time coach of the year. This man had Joe Flacco looking marvelous. Now, Joe Flacco has looked okay with Indianapolis. That's just because he's just chucking the ball up in the receivers and making plays. But Stefanski had Flacco looking like he belonged there all along. So we know it's not the coaching. We know it's not the talent. They have receivers. They have a running game. They have an offensive line. They have a former defensive player of the year along with one of the best defenses in football. Like, Deshaun Watson is a haunted man, and the Browns are a haunted house, and they cannot get the hell out. Like, you are paying $230 million guaranteed lemon. That is insanity, bro. Especially when you consider the heights that this nigga had. Like, I've never seen anything like it, bro.
I've never seen
Nothing.
anything like it either. A $235 million lemon that is a $76 million cap hit if you cut him. You will
Oh my god.
be on the books. You will not be able to use $76 million for 2 seasons in a row if you cut him. This
Ugh.
is this is not the worst contract in the NFL anymore. This is well beyond that. This is arguably the worst contract in the history of sports. This is up there with Albert Pujols and that 10-year contract that he got with the Angels. And this is up there with Ben Simmons. Now, Ben Simmons ultimately has to be the worst because he just never played. You're getting some type of production out of Deshaun, but I don't think people truly understand how bad it is right now, dog.
It's
Deshaun
unbelievable.
Watson by EPA, which is earned point average per drive, is the worst Browns quarterback since they've been recording the stat going back to 2000. That means he's worse than some of the worst Browns quarterback we've ever seen.
He can't be
Like,
worse than Deshaun Kaiser, man. He can't be
he's
worse than
worse
Deshaun
than
Kaiser,
Deshaun
man.
Kaiser by EPA. Expected points added. He's worse than Deshaun Kaiser.
Nah,
Like,
bruh.
he's
No.
like
Say it ain't
like
so, Herbie.
he's worse than Jimmy. He's worse than what's the dude from that went to Notre Dame? I can't remember his name, bro. Um, matter of fact, let me look it up right now, dog. Browns
Not
quarterback,
Jimmy Clausen, right?
not Jimmy
No, not
Clausen, bro.
Clausen.
The other dude, bro. History, man, history. Let's look at some of the history of the worst Browns quarterbacks, dog. Let's go ahead and share this tab instead,
Yeah,
man.
I know they had Hoyer for.
No, we're gonna go. We're gonna go to 2000, bro. These are some of the guys that he is worse than right now, dog. These are some of the guys that he's worse than right now, bro. Hold on. You see it on your end?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can see a little bit. Yeah.
This is who he's worse than, dog. He is worse than Tim Couch. Doug Peterson. He's worse than Doug Peterson.
Not
What?
Dougie P.
Spurgeon Wynn.
Oh,
He's worse than Kelly Holcomb. He's worse than Jeff Garcia, Luke McCown, Trent Dilfer, Charlie Fry, Derek Anderson, Brady Quinn. That's who I was talking about. Colt McCoy.
uh,
He's worse than Brandon Whedon. He's worse than Jason Campbell. He's worse than Brian Hoyer. He is the worst Browns quarterback, arguably, of all time. That's what we're dealing with right now.
and they paid
And
$230 million guaranteed to get him.
to get him, the nasty man is doing nasty things on the football field, and he can't be stopped. He can't be stopped. We got to put an end to this, but there's no end to it. We're stuck. Like, I'm not even a part of the Browns and I feel trapped. Do you know how they feel? Holy shit, man. Holy fucking cow, Rod.
Oh my
Holy
god,
fucking
dog.
cow,
Hey,
man.
did you see Kevin Stefanski after the game? Like he just looked like a broken man on that
That
podium,
is a
Herbie.
broken
Like,
man.
like he just looked like a broken man because the
He's
owner said, "Hey,
so
we paid him.
broken.
You got to make him." Bro, he's broken. He's
He's
broken,
broken.
dog.
This the nasty man broke him, dog. Like, and I got to quote Bomani Jones. That's from Bomani Jones with the right time of Bomani Jones podcast. But he, the nasty man has broken this dude, bro. Like, he's demolished the morale of the entire city of Cleveland, bro. Like, why are people even showing up, bro? Like, dog, no way, bro. Like, bro, listen, if I come to a Browns game, I'm throwing a hot dog in that nigga for real, dog. I'm throwing hot dog, nachos, whatever I can get my hands on, bro. I'm paying top
Hey,
dollar
hey.
just so I can throw that shit in his head. I'm
He
paying
just
like,
had a
hey,
tomato, bro. He just had a
hey,
tomato. Throw a tomato at that nigga,
I'm
man.
sneaking in with every
Nah,
tomato that you
man.
could. I'm sneaking in the fucking stadium with tomatoes so I can throw at this motherfucking dog. Are you serious? Oh my god, bro! All
It's
right, man.
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, man. All right, man. So last thing before we get up out of here, man. What are your red zones? What are your matter of fact? Hold on, sorry, because I forgot we do have new listeners, so I always got to remember. So, what we do for the people that might be the first time watching, we always close out the show with three things. We have Rod's red zones observations or thoughts from the red zone. Then we have our mutual bad dope of the day, and then I give the people something, near and dear to my heart, which is who killed my parlay, man. So first things first, first order of business, Rod's red zone observations for week 5. Who you got, Rod?
So, I had a couple of down, but I'll people that I want to choose. The first red, the like Dolphins and Patriots 0-0 overtime. It didn't turn out that way. It's Gucci. My next red zone thought I'm gonna have for y'all. Watching the Bengals Ravens just makes me think just how easy Brady had it in his career. Having another great QB twice a year makes a difference. And I'm thinking that watching Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow just go at it, I'm like, man, Tom, the Bills, Jets, and Dolphins couldn't do nothing for 18 years. That's a damn shame. Bad D can really boost the performance of lackluster quarterbacks. Looking at you, Trevor Lawrence. Caleb Williams is lucky. The Bears are in a good situation. And I wasn't trying to throw shade at him, but it's not like he came into a situation like Jaden Daniels, who Washington won 4 games last year. They already have 4 wins this year. Like this Bears team was already a pretty good team. They just needed a quarterback to lead them. And, so far he's learning. Like he's not the bust people thought he was after a couple games. Last but not least, the Bills playing Madden when they're supposed to be eating the clock, which I wrote down when I saw Josh Allen go for it on 3rd and 10. And I'm thinking to myself, what are y'all doing? That's it for me on the red zone thoughts, y'all.
Oh man, nice man, nice man. Let's go ahead and get to the awards, bro, because do I got to, dog? Like, bro, I'm just I'm losing a lot. I'm losing a lot of money this season, Rod. I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. Like my parlays, bro, it ain't looking too pretty for your boy, man. If
They've been
if
getting you,
you're
huh?
if I ever just knock on your, if there's ever a random knock on your door at 9 o'clock at night, bro, that's me, dog. That's me coming to ask for some coin, man. Like it got real bad. It got real bad. It got real bad, man. So, the awards for Bad Dope of the Day and Who Killed My Parlay, man. Who killed Herb's parlay, man? The motherfucking Seattle Seahawks, who I had on my teaser. I bought the points. They just had to win by 1. And they got dominated by the Malik neighborless New York football Giants. If I could have put my mortgage on that game, I would have, bruh. but I don't have a mortgage to put up, I would be homeless, dog. If it was up to that. There's not a game I see like, bruh, you could have got a nigga from the future and showed me the final score and I wouldn't have believed that shit, bro. Are you kidding me? Well, come on, dog. Like football, you gotta just stop footballing for 1 week, please, bro. I'm begging you, stop footballing for
and
1 week, man.
any given
Please,
Sunday,
bro.
her. Any given Sunday, my
Jesus,
G.
I can't keep doing. I financially, literally can't keep doing this, bro. Like that's what I'm at. All right, man. The award for bad dope of the day or bad dope of the week, man. Who you got, Rod?
You know what, Herbie? I flirted with making the Panthers the bad dope of the week just because of how bad, just how pu how stanky they were against the Bears. But you know what, Herbie? I like to be an honest man. I'm a man of the people. And listen, my people might like this too much, but I can stomach this shit. So my bad dope of the week is the Dolphins versus Patriots game. Because god
Ooh,
damn, that was
that's
some
rough.
bad dope, man.
That's a
That
that's a
for
hell of a
just the
nomination.
game is that's the for itself, dog. My
That's a hell of
honorable
a
mention
nomination,
though,
man.
my honorable mention are the quarterbacks from the Jets and the Vikings, man. Both Darnold and Aaron Rodgers combined, just terrible quarterback play. Those are my
Oh, I got you beat
kind of
by
choices.
by by a mile, bro. This might be the bad dope of the season, bro. That slobber knocker out in Las Vegas, man, between Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew, bro. The Las Vegas Raiders depth chart, QB depth chart is my bad dope of the week, man, for sure, for sure. Like the depth chart is the bad dope of the week, man. All right, man. And with that, man, another excellent episode, bro. Rod, I appreciate you, man. This episode was
Yes, sir. You
awesome,
already
bro.
know.
You
Yes,
feel me?
sir.
My brother from another mother, and anybody who supported, anybody who enjoyed this particular episode, and this is basically what we're gonna have going forward. So make sure to subscribe, man, and we will be giving you content almost every day, man. So see y'all next week.
Appreciate y'all, man. Yes, sir.